I got these super cheap acrylic markers, and instead of using them like a normal person, I'm gonna attack my calculator with them. Sounds very fun, right? The markers are from this brand called Guangna, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And I will leave a link in the description if you want to go check out some more specs and stuff to see how shit they actually are. Or are they? By the way, keep in mind that I bought these with my own adult money, which I clearly should not be allowed to have. But please, someone sponsor me. Okay, first we need to swatch, so we can find out if these markers are actually good or if they just exist to ruin my hopes and dreams. Okay, first up we have the skin tone set, aka 50 Shades of Beige. Oh wait, there's only 24 colors. Okay, first up, I have a question for you, Guanga. Where are the darker shades? Cause we're not all pale bitches like I am. Okay, this one shade is called Orange Yellow, which in itself sounds extremely confusing. Can you just decide which one you want to be? Okay, now let's take a closer look at the marker itself. This marker is giving expensive aesthetic, but also might betray me at any point. Ooh, look at this fancy brush nib. It's like a paintbrush, but for people who don't want to commit to actual painting. Let's see if this brush nib actually works or if it's just for decoration. And somehow, once again, I have made the ugliest swatch sheet ever. Like seriously, I deserve an award for this. Okay, I could clearly point out like 4 to 5 shades that look the exact same on the swatch sheet, so that's kind of pointless. You could have just given us more darker shades. But all in all, the colors look okay. Nothing good or really bad to say. Okay, now for the big set. This thing is so huge, I could use this as a weapon. At least now I have something to grab when someone is trying to break into my room, so I can defend myself. Okay, here in the back is the complete list of all the colors that it includes. So many freaking greens. I low-key love that. Remember to be very cautious. Do not swallow these. Honestly, if someone is out here snacking on acrylic markers, they have bigger problems than this warning. The markers look pretty much the same, just the cap is a bit different, it's see-through. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing much to say. Let's just get swatching. I really want to make like a cool swatching montage for you guys, but it honestly looked like I was filming this in an earthquake because the footage was shaking so much. So I will just show you some random swatches. Okay, we have swatched everything. Some of these colors are so neon, I think my eyes just got permanently highlighter stained. But I think it's a pretty nice range of colors, just I feel like there's not that many reds to use, or browns, or grays, but maybe that's just a me problem. Also, some of these really need a second layer of paint, but I don't really care, let's just move on. Okay, time to reveal the victim of today's video, my crusty calculator. This calculator has been through a lot, exams, stress, and my sweaty hands. And now this, what a legend. Also, don't ask what the stain is, I really don't know, it has always been there and I have just learned to accept it. Before I ruin my calculator permanently, let's pretend I have a plan. Sketching first, because once this is on my calculator, there's no undo button, unlike in digital art where I can just abuse Ctrl-Z daily. Okay, so my plan right now is that I'm gonna draw a bunny holding an umbrella because math is stressful and I need something cute to cancel out the trauma. Oh wait, that rhymed. Okay, I might need to ditch the umbrella plan since I don't think I can really fit that into calculator. So let's just go with some like flowers instead or something. That's cute, right? Why does sketching on plastic feel so illegal? Alrighty, so sketch is done. So let's just get painting, shall we? That is what you're all here for, right? Alright, here we go. First stroke of paint. Let's see how these markers... Oh no. I was expecting full coverage, but this is giving ghost of a color. No worries, let's just add another layer. And another one. And another one. Okay, this looks like a total nightmare, but let's just move on. I don't have all day. If my professor asks why my calculator looks like this, I'll just say, art is math in a different font. Which is actually true since vector art exists. By the way, someone was like so mad in the comments of the last video because I didn't include vector art in the roasts. How dare I do that? Well, I have a very wild accusation. What if vector art is just like digital art? Huh? But so is pixel art kinda, if you do it digitally, so maybe I'm just a hypocrite. Anyway, let's move on. So I should maybe say something about these markers that is actually like true and not just sarcastic. So would I recommend these markers? If you enjoy suffering, then yes. I mean, they're okay. It really depends what you're trying to do with them. If you're trying to go for something more crafty like painting on a calculator like me, then yeah, it might work. You just need to layer a lot. But if you're more like you want to draw in like your little sketchbook and be aesthetic and all that, I don't know. I actually tested these on my sketchbook and the result was extremely underwhelming. By the way, this isn't like a review of all the acrylic markers out there, since this is only a review based on these markers. I do own one Posca pen, and I do gotta say it works pretty well and much better than these do. But if we talk about price and value for the price, so if you want to just have like a lot of colors to use and you don't mind layering a lot, then these can be a good option instead of getting more expensive markers that maybe don't have that big of a range of different colors. Or if you want to be different and very creative, then I guess you can just, you know, use them together with your other markers. That's always a choice. If you're one of those people who really enjoys those adult coloring books, then I feel like these could be a good option to color with. I can really see them really thriving in that. And will I be using these myself? I would say yes, but they're definitely not like my favorite medium. But I feel like if I just keep using them and kind of getting better with different techniques and stuff, then I might end up liking them more. And I will definitely keep them. I'm not like gonna throw them away after this video. No. I will keep practicing with them. And you know what they say, good art doesn't come from good supplies. It comes from good skill and good ideas. But okay, I need to find out, am I the only one who has had this problem like their entire life? That I just keep collecting art supplies? I'm very excited about them in the moment when I'm getting them, but then I actually don't use them that much. So then I just feel bad afterwards that I spent so much money on them, even though I could have just gotten like cheaper supplies, but I wasn't sure if I would be really into them or not. So, you know, that's why I didn't want to invest in like more expensive acrylic markers, because I just knew that like I probably wouldn't be using them, and then I would feel like I wouldn't have that many colors because then they would be more expensive, and you know, so I just wanted to try these, and it gave me like a pretty good impression on what using acrylic markers is like. But I'm sure that like if I would use more professional ones, I would definitely enjoy the process more. But these are okay. I was actually looking at the reviews for these markers in Amazon, and so many people had drawn on rocks, and that just gave me like such a flashback, because when I was a kid, I used to just like pick rocks from our backyard and I would just paint on them, and then my mom would like put the rocks in like random places in our yard, and it was so much fun. I should totally do a video about that. But finally, may I present to you my yassified calculator. Okay, I'm so sorry you had to see the edit ever. Anyway, tell me in the comments, do you think this calculator is totally shit or lit? And tell me what you think of these markers. And I promise, I will do that roast like I promised. Just give me some time. Yeah, anyway, see ya. Bye!